Three, two, one.
What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to another episode here on the KellyCast. Your eyes do not deceive you. That is not Mike, but his name does start with M. That's the first ever honorary Kelly, the founder, the host of Inside the Sidelines here on YouTube, Mitch Smith. Mitch, how's it going, buddy?
It's going well. It's going well. I hope everything well is in good old Oregon's over there for you. And hopefully I know I'm excited to be back. It feels like a little bit nostalgia with me and you coming back once again to get the week one started going for us.
Give me a storyline you're most excited for here in 2025.
Well, obviously I think the biggest one is Michael Parsons.
Michael Parson is
Who?
Excited to see what he can do in his new team, new role. I think that's going to be interesting to see what his role is and what the Green Bay Packers newfound defense looks like now that Kenny Clark, old veteran, is gone. Bring the new young blood in with Michael Parsons and to see what that defense can do now.
First game this season, Mitch, is the Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys. Divisional contests can always be a little difficult. We're here to do the KellyCast predictions in season 3. Cowboys, Eagles. One won the Super Bowl. One hasn't won the Super Bowl in 30 years before you and I were both born. What are you looking at for Dallas this year? Obviously, Mike is gone. Are they in a complete rebuild? Are they still going to be a good team? What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, with the Michael trade, I think Dallas. I see with CD. I mean, with CD there, I really can't say they're rebuilding, but more so what the are they doing? Because, I don't know what they're kind of thinking because they just paid that cornerback
Mm-hmm.
an extension, if I'm not mistaken, as we're talking. I know that came out just a little bit ago.
Yep.
Um, and now that's just going to be an up in the air. Now you're paying a cornerback. Where's the money for Parsons? Why couldn't you just pay to Parsons? So
Well,
I mean, I
the
don't know.
situation with Parsons to me, it wasn't about the money. It was about the agent. It was about the whole issue was just Jerry Jones being old. I don't think
Yeah.
he has a problem paying players. I really don't. But for whatever reason, him and Micah, they hit a wall. Obviously, it wasn't to be mended. I like where you're going though. I think maybe what you're kind of thinking the lines of is they're not going to be the worst team in football, but they're not going to be in the playoff conversation. Is that kind of where we're at?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. That's kind of where I'm at. It's just because now with the emergence of Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, I think it's Eagles, Commanders, I guess Cowboys, and then you can bet the Giants.
Okay, Giants last, huh? They made a lot of moves as well. Obviously, number one, you mentioned Eagles. I think the Commanders have a chance to fight for that, especially getting Terry back. But they just won the freaking Super Bowl. And usually, at least from my recollection, the team that is coming off the Super Bowl and starting week one usually comes out on top. I know that happened last year when Kansas City played Baltimore. It was close, but Kansas City squeaked it out. Kelly Cast predictions. I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles. Divisional games always tough. I've always say that because you know each other so well. You play each other twice a year. But you look at these teams on paper, and I know football games aren't played on paper, but I'm talking coaching staff. I'm talking talent. I'm talking high-powered offense. The Philadelphia Eagles win in every category. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with the Philadelphia Eagles too. I mean, not really looking at, kind of looking at both their drafts and I know Cowboys went offensive line. They went Tyler Booker for out of Alabama, the card, and they went and then the Eagles just get richer with the linebacker Javante Campbell, I believe his name is, or Jabad Campbell, linebacker out of Alabama, one of the best linebackers out of the draft. So looking at that, I mean, the rich just get richer with that with the Eagles, and always seems out that they always get their way in the draft. So I really like how Howard Roseman does these drafts, but um I'm going to take the Eagles as well, just because of pure, like, what I'm going to piggyback off of you. Coaching staff, talent, just all around. I think the Eagles have the better roster.
Move on here. Now, you mentioned Mitch. You're a big college football fan, and I knew that coming in to this episode. So when I was deciding what games I wanted you and me to discuss, I made sure to pick some younger teams who maybe have some development. And in this one, that's what I think this matchup's about. Panthers at Jaguars, week 1. Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young. We saw Bryce Young get a lot better last season after being benched for Andy Dalton in that middle part. What is your belief level? Obviously, they took Ted McMillan in the draft, first round wide receiver. Do you think Bryce Young is going to put it all together this year?
I mean, I sure hope so. I mean, I never not hated Bryce Young coming out of the draft. Obviously, I think that was the clear number 1 pick for them when they obviously got first overall. And when Bryce Young was coming out, they do believe in him. I think I'm a little bit of a believer in him too, because like I said, it's not, I think he's going to get it put together because now they're starting to build around him. They got Xavier Legette last year, which was one of my favorites coming out of the draft. Now that you got Tech McMillan, a 6'4" Arizona wide receiver, with the height, weight, speed, route running that he has, the young Panther offense. I know they just traded Thielen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So
Thielen
obviously
back to Minnesota.
Yep, Thielen back to Minnesota. So obviously that might hurt a little bit not having a veteran on there, knowing the ropes, showing Tech McMillan. Still Leggett is still young too. So it's like you still got those young guns who are still learning the way of, being a wide receiver in the NFL.
They're playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars and a former number 1 overall pick in Trevor Lawrence on that side. A lot of questions about him and his development because I think maybe Jags fans wanted him to be one of the better quarterbacks in the league at this point, and he just hasn't reached those levels yet. How are you feeling about Jacksonville going into this season?
Well, obviously the storyline is, I think T-Law coming, development and see what his next steps are in his journey into becoming, one of the top quarterbacks. You know, with them obviously surprising me, even going up and giving obviously, probably the storyline of the Jags is Travis Hunter. What is his debut and what is he going to do? To answer your question, I mean, my expectations are not really high because I think Houston still runs that division.
Okay.
I think Houston still runs the division. I would put him at probably second best because you're running with the Colts and the Titans. And I mean, I would still put him at second best. I don't see them overthrowing Houston right now, but maybe in a year or two, maybe obviously you see what they can do this year, and obviously make that determination next year to see what they got.
I think a lot of mainstream media focuses on those teams who go worst to first, right? You finished 4th in your division last year. Hey, could you finish 2nd or 1st this year, right? I don't look at things like that, Mitch. I'm looking at the Jaguars in the opposite sense. I'm not seeing a big jump. I don't know. I don't know that I'm just a hater or what's going on, but I don't have a lot of belief in Jacksonville. I haven't seen anything really from their coaching staff. The AFC is obviously stacked at most teams. It's hard to even push for a playoff spot. I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers in this one, and this might be my upset of the week, but I'm feeling something that is taking me towards the Panthers.
Yeah. I mean, I see. I'm up in the air on this one though. I really am. Like I said,
Flip that coin.
Yeah, it's a coin flip because again, you have one side, you got Bryce Young and obviously his development. You got T-Law and his development. You got the former number 1 overall picks going at it, 2020 versus 2022, I believe. And they're just going at it. Obviously, what is Travis Hunter probably going to be the biggest storyline coming into that game. Again, the position, obviously, defense to offense, offense to defense for him. With that being said, I'm gonna go with the Panthers as well, just because.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you again.
If you want to just piggyback off the champ, keep doing it, man. Keep doing it. Let's move on here. We're talking another AFC South team here. Titans at Broncos. I think if you're the Tennessee Titans, this is a tough matchup. And they say, all matchups in the NFL are tough. Obviously, it's the highest level of football that you can get to. But Cam Ward against possibly the number one defense in the NFL in his first start, that hurts. That hurts. I am taking the Denver Broncos here. I think they're the better football team. They may push Kansas City for that AFC West spot. I wouldn't be mad about it. I don't think anybody other than Chiefs fans would be upset about that. But Big D, Denver defense looks good. Another year of Bo Nix, another year of Cortland Sutton. If they can get a running game going, I think they're going to be a very scary team.
I'm sorry, Cam Ward, but I love you, buddy, but I'm gonna have to go Denver on this one. Bo Nix, I feel like is gonna come out firing again this year. I think that defense is gonna be too much for the rookie to handle. I think Sean Payton is gonna. I think the Sean Payton's gonna give the Chiefs a run for their money.
And
And
one of the
I
best
think
offensive minds in the league, Sean Payton.
Yep.
I didn't even
And-
discuss him.
Nope. I think he's going to take Bo Nix and going to turn him into one of his version of Drew Brees. I think, in my opinion.
To the next one, Raiders and Patriots. This one in New England. Drake May has been the conversation, obviously, in New England for years now in terms of the development. People have spoken a lot about his abilities, and we've seen a little bit more from him last year. The Raiders, on the other hand, I don't know, man. I don't see a lot of hate for the Raiders. And it's probably because they have a good logo. They have a good fan base. They're a bad football team. They picked number 7 overall in the draft.
I'm interested to see what Genty can do. I mean, I'm excited to see what he can do. I've watched him at Boise, and obviously he took the world by storm. Almost broke Barry Sanders' college record, almost. And he's a tank, dude.
I'm taking the home team here. Patriots. Not going to say anything else nice about them. I hate the Patriots. So yeah.
Well, here on the KellyCast, there is shockers. And I'm going to take the Raiders. I am going to take the Raiders.
Oh.
I am going to take the Raiders solely for the fact because I don't think that O-line is going to handle Max Crosby. I think Max Crosby is going to have a day.
Lions, Packers. This one in Green Bay. Micah Parsons, the newest Green Bay Packer, after being traded for 2 first-round picks and defensive tackle Kenny Clark. If you want more of my thoughts on that, please find the KellyCast over on TikTok for a full discussion. Detroit Lions, man, they were my Super Bowl favorite last year, Mitch. Everybody was rooting for the Detroit Lions, and then Mr. Injury walks in and says, "You're done, you're done, you're done." It was like the Oprah Winfrey show when she's giving away cars. Are you as high on the Detroit Lions knowing they lost both of their coordinators going into this season?
I think again, the word interesting comes into mind because Ben Johnson obviously over at Chicago now.
Mm-hmm.
You got Aaron Glenn over at New York now, New York Jets.
New Jersey.
It's going to be interesting. I think Hutchinson's recovery coming back.
I want to get back to the Packers for a second, Mitch. And I think when this Micah Parsons trade happened, obviously, blockbuster, we haven't seen anything like it in a very long time. People are putting the Packers as Super Bowl favorites because of that. And Kevin, I'm sorry, but I'm not to that level yet. I'm not saying that because they have Micah Parsons, they're Super Bowl favorites. I think they're still a really good football team. I think we'll see them in the playoffs. But Detroit was so good last year. And this is a divisional game. We see each other twice a year. It's in Green Bay, though, and that makes it hard for me to pick the Detroit Lions in this one. Jared Goff, Jordan Love. This is it's tough. You go first. I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, like you said, I wasn't high on them last year, but they obviously shocked me with a playoff appearance. I really can't go against my co-host, so If it was in Detroit, I would go Detroit.
Which
I
it will
would.
be in Detroit later.
Later. Yes, it will be in Detroit later, which that prediction is yet to come. With that being said, this is non-biased because of my co-host. I'm going to take the Packers solely solely the fact because I think with the excitement of Parsons, with that core of young talent, the youngest team in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken, I still think that I think they can get the job done. First game in Green Bay, give me the Packers.
Micah's coming off of a back problem in Dallas. That was not a joke. He had a physical before the trade had went through. Obviously, he passed. I think he's going to be playing on the pitch count. He doesn't know the system. He just showed up last week. Not even last week, a few days ago, Mitch. He just got to that building. This is week 1 against the Detroit Lions, a team that won double-digit games last year, a team that won the division. I'm taking Detroit. I'm taking the Detroit Lions. It's tough to me.
Fair.
To me, this game is really difficult. But Mitch, I want to thank you for your time today. Guys, thank you for watching the KellyCast here on YouTube. If you want to stay up to date with other KellyCast content, you can find us on Facebook at the KellyCast, on TikTok at the KellyCast, and don't forget to find Mitch's podcast with our buddy Kevin, Inside the Sidelines, right here on YouTube. Mitch, looking forward to 2025 with you, and thank you for hopping on with me today.
Thank you very much for having me, my guy.
All right, guys, we'll be seeing you in the next one. Until then, take it easy.